Starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Genio Pugliese, and I'm coming to you live from our office in Richmond, British Columbia. And it's still in renovation mode, but it's very exciting being here and seeing the office take place. And as we're launching across North America, and my partner Rod Howe being in Asia right now, opening up the ground there, it's exciting times right now. So tonight I'm going to be going over the product line of the Allysian, and to give you an overview. I'm going to focus on one particular aspect of the products, which is nitric oxide production, a boost in that it provides you. So without further ado, let's get going into this. And so, as I said, we're going to cover the Allysian product line. We're going to go over the Mastermind Matrix, which is an integral part of our product line. It's actually involved in most of our products, and in particular, our flagship product, Mastermind. Now, even though I've gone over this material before, tonight especially, as I mentioned, we're going to be covering nitric oxide, which is a part of the results of the ingredients that are inside Mastermind, inside Genesis. And so these are important benefits that are coming from many facets of our product. So it's not just one particular benefit. There's many different areas that our products help you in, and that's why I want to focus on the nitric oxide tonight. But humofulvate as well, which is a product, an ingredient that's within an ingredient compound that's within the Genesis, and permitting some short questions and answers as always. Now, my name, as I mentioned, is Genio Pugliese. I have a master's in clinical nutrition. I have a holistic nutrition certificate, as well as my undergrad was in chemical engineering and kinesiology. And I've said this before, all this education meant nothing really to me in the long run, because when I was age 35, even though I had all this knowledge about nutrition, about kinesiology and science in general, I still let myself actually start to get unhealthy, and I didn't actually use that knowledge. And so tonight, I want you to, in any webinar that you take part in Allysian, I want you to not only soak up the knowledge, but actually apply some of it as quickly as possible, because the application of that knowledge is the key. Knowing a lot of stuff doesn't mean anything if you don't use it. Once you apply that knowledge, it becomes wisdom. So I encourage you to actually take something from this webinar and actually apply it to your real life. For me in particular, what happened to me was, even though I had all that knowledge, I was even a varsity rugby athlete with the University of British Columbia, one of the top collegiate rugby teams. I was in great shape. I let myself on the left, as you can see, get very, very heavy after 10 years of trying to lose weight. Now, again, I've mentioned this before. This is not about weight loss. But what I'm trying to show you here is a result of utilizing nutrition to balance my body. And as you can see, it went from the left, 400 pounds, to the right, 240, in pretty good shape on a stage. And the fact that I was 47 years old at that time, I'm 48 now, to be able to look like that after being as heavy as I was on the left at size 54 pant and almost 400 pounds is incredible. And again, it's not a testament to what I did. It's more importantly the benefit of nutrition. I balanced my body. And that's what these ingredients that we're going to be going over tonight will do for you as well. It will help balance your body, give you, put you into what's called homeostasis for your body. Your body loves to be balanced. And if it is, it will not hold extra weight. It won't, give you troubles with blood pressure. It won't give you troubles with different ailments. You'll feel younger, healthier by balancing your body and giving it the right ingredients. And that's what when we built this product line, and we were working on this for a long time, developing the Allysian Mastermind product line. It's just that it's one thing that you got to recognize is that it was a work in progress, and what we've done is culminated to develop the Allysian product line. All of these ingredients that have been put into the product line were used to help myself or my partners in their individual lives in different parts. Obviously Apollo Ono, one of the winningest Olympians in Winter Olympic histories for the U.S., he utilized a lot of these ingredients in helping him become as successful as he was in his athletic world, as well later on in the business world, where he's ultra successful, and even in the dancing world as a winning, like the Dances with the Stars, And then my partner Rod Howe, every one of us were students of good nutrition, and that's where we've come and developed this product line of ours. Now, why is it important to have these types of products? I'll tell you right now, there's a state of emergency when it comes to the health, especially of the people in North America. Even though we're at the most technologically advanced state of our lives, we as a nation are the sickest we've ever been. And today's reality is we're surrounded by toxins in the liquids we drink, the foods we eat, the product we use on our bodies, the underarm deodorants and such. The air we breathe is full of toxins, and we're subject to overwhelming amount of those toxins on a daily basis. The nutritional value in our food has dropped significantly in the last 50 years. So what is there to do? Now, number one is, why did the nutritional value of our food drop? Well, one of them is the soil's depleted, especially in North America, of vital minerals that our body needs. We need trace minerals for so many different reasons. And it's depleted because of growing population, aggressive farming techniques, overuse of a special type of fertilizer that is utilized in helping grow vegetables and fruits very fast, but it's not giving the nutrition it needs, and we're not giving time for that soil to replenish itself of the vital nutrients that are needed in growing those particular foods. As well, pesticides are killing microorganisms. They're designed to kill insects and other things, other life forms that are interfering with the plant growth. But on top of it, it's also killing the vital microorganisms that provide nutrients to the plant. So it's like catch-22 there. So this is some of the reasons why we do definitely need to supplement with good nutrition, nutritional products. But you got to be aware of where they're coming from. Even our, like as it says here, this is another great slide. It really puts things into perspective. You got to eat 10 oranges today to match the same amount of nutrients your grandparents had from a single orange. It's dropped significantly, the value. Even if you're buying organic, you still got that issue. So, and it's so hard for us to eat enough, even if the food was perfect, like it was. You still have to eat enough of it, and we're so busy in our lives. We need more convenient packaging, more convenient ways to bridge that nutritional gap that we're missing in our food from the way we eat in our lifestyle, or even eating poor food, making poor food choices. So our mission at Allysian is to maximize human potential and optimize lifestyle through the advanced science, our nootropics, and education, because we believe that if we can educate people, and have a whole bunch of community of like-minded people all striving to improve, to get better, we believe that we can empower people to become the best at whatever they choose to be. We feed their brain properly, we educate their brain, giving them good knowledge, and we help them apply that knowledge so that it can affect their lives. Our product story is simple. We went out and we found the very best sources that we could, all natural ingredients that we have found through numerous different research and development clinical studies that are out there that would have a positive effect on the body. And all our products are free from toxins, pesticides, genetically modified plants, harmful chemicals. We're giving you nutrition as nature intended in a convenient package, something that's easy for you to take into your body and for allow your cells to absorb it. See, what's really important here is aging and disease and such doesn't happen to you. It's happening to your cells. You don't age, your cells do. So it's very important to feed those cells properly. Now, one of our first products and our flagship product is called Mastermind. We're so proud of Mastermind. This is truly a labor of love what we put into this product. It's all natural, organic, GMO-free, nootropic. It helps increase your memory, your focus, your intelligence. The ingredient profile includes over 400 clinical trials that were utilized to help us determine which ingredients, and 136 grade A human studies. And we requisitioned a third-party company to actually go in and do claim substantiation on our ingredients to make sure that not only were ingredients amazing, and not only can they have an effect on your brain in a positive way, cognitive function, memory, and such and focus, but would they conflict with each other, or would they work well together? And it was found that they all worked synergistically, and they actually enhanced each other when they were brought together in the way we did. There's over 19 brain boosting activities inside our product and in our mastermind. Just amazing. And we underwent clinical trials. They're almost done, and we'll have those published studies available to people. But the mastermind nootropic, who doesn't want to be smarter? Who doesn't want more focus? Who doesn't want to be able to have better reaction time even? It's something that can help us all, right? Genesis, our 3-in-1 superfood. This is an amazing combination of 3 important elements, like 3 important compounds, the best berries that we can find, the best greens that we can find, 74 ingredients in here. The humafulvate that I'm going to be talking about later. This is going to help purify your body, cleanse your body, and renew it. Even your blood, it'll help purify your blood, detoxify your organs, and help get rid of heavy metals. And it's just an amazing product. It's so nutrient dense. You use it once or twice a day, and it's going to make a big difference in your life and help bridge that gap, fill those nutritional gaps that you're missing with your food, that, as I mentioned before. Now, as well, our essentials, his and her vitamins. These are whole food based vitamin. These are bioavailable. We definitely don't use any synthetically derived vitamins, no chemical fillers or binders to put it together. This is an all natural approach. And because of it, it makes it easy for your body to assimilate and digest, even on an empty stomach. So it is an amazing product, and it's something that can be used obviously daily. And I've used all of these products for quite some time now, and it's truly changed my life. And I was already fairly healthy, and I was utilizing some of these ingredients. But when you use them together, the effects are compounded and beneficial. So then there's, of course, our sinless functional dark chocolate, right? Chocolate that can make you smarter, basically. And it's made from 100% organic cacao, and contains our Mastermind Matrix, which I'm going to talk about, the highest grades of panax, ginseng, rhodiola rosea, ginkgo biloba, and ashwagandha KSM 66. All of them individually, backed by their own clinical studies. And cacao on its own, it's been called a superfood, a rich source of antioxidant. The Chemistry Central Journal has called that. And, it has an amazing effect on the mind and helps boost brain function and such. So, and it's actually neuroprotective as well. See, we're about rejuvenation, right? We're about repair, and we're about optimal behavior. So our products help in all those 3 areas. Now, the Allysian approach is to combine science, our innovative nootropic, with advanced awareness, which is an app that we've put together, and it's almost done. The first part of that is going to be available soon, and it's going to give you great education, great bits of information that can help you consistently improve. This is something that I firmly believe that if you can feed your brain properly with good nutrition, but also good information, it's going to help you have a more optimized brain. And then, of course, the platform itself is going to help you communicate with other people that have the same beliefs as you. Isn't that important? Don't you want to be around people that believe what you believe? And that's going to uplift us all. So that's our approach. With the mastermind itself, as I mentioned, there was a clinical trial underwent. It's still it's just being finished right now. There was interim results. and a claim substantiation document. Our claim substantiation document is giving you some of those benefits that you can see to your right there. These are phenomenal benefits that like most people couldn't even believe. Let me just go back one here, and I'll show you. So the quality of life, for instance, is one of the claims that we can make. Fluid intelligence, depression. It's going to help with depression. It's going to help with social functioning, reaction time, working memory, learning and comprehension, mood, alertness, mental agility, anxiety and stress. How many of us have stress in our lives, and wouldn't you be better if you could handle it better? Like that's one thing I've noticed about the Mastermind, especially, is it helps me cope with stressful situations, puts me in a better mood, allows me to be alert, and one of the things it does is it boosts nitric oxide. I'm going to talk about that at the end of this webinar. But nitric oxide is just one element that's helped me in so many different areas of my life, and I'm going to talk about it a bit. But for those of you that don't know what nootropics is, it's referred to. Nootropics is a term that's started to be recently used. It's been coined a long time ago, but most people weren't even aware of it. And that's one thing that Allysians noticed. They saw a trend that was coming, a trend for brain health. People, especially the baby boomer generation right now, every 8 seconds, someone's turning 50 over the next 12 years. That's the baby boomers. And one of their number one concerns is to keep their edge, to keep their brain. They're worried about dementia. They're worried about Alzheimer's. They're worried about losing that edge. And that's one thing that, that makes total sense. That if you're going to take care of your body and the way it looks, you want to take care of your mind, and now we've got something that's nootropic. And it comes in different forms. Ours is obviously an all-natural form of it, and nutraceuticals, functional foods, but it comes in the form of other types of pharmaceuticals as well. So you want to obviously do your research and find the right one in which you have, because you're on this call and you're getting the an all-natural version that's the best nootropic on the market today. I can comfortably say that. Do your own research, and judge for yourself. But our interim clinical result, undeniably showed that one bottle of Mastermind, 1 month of using it, would allow you to increase your memory by 7.52%. We proved that. That's phenomenal. That's just one area of cognitive enhancement. So again, do your own research, find out for yourself, try it for yourself. But this randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled remote study showed an increase in memory in less than 30 days from one bottle of Mastermind of 7.52% in healthy subjects. Not just people that abused themselves and had no good nutrition. These are people that didn't have a problem and they were able to increase. Now, one of the most important factors in that great interim result is the Mastermind Matrix. This includes Camphor ginkgo biloba, Camphor rhodiola rosea, Camphor panax ginseng, KSM-66 ashwagandha. All of these are special versions of those products, and they're all what are called adaptogens. As I mentioned before, having balance in your body is key. And that's what adaptogens do. They help to regulate your metabolism, increase the ability for you to adapt to different environmental stresses, avoid damage from environmental factors. Now, the KCM66, it comes from a special area in India where the very, very best ashwagandha can be found. And same with the Camphor panax ginseng, the Camphor rhodiola rosea, and the ginkgo biloba. If you do your own research on those individual items, they're phenomenal. But the fact that we use these versions is taking us to another level. That our KSM-66 ashwagandha, it's 3 times more expensive than the normal ashwagandha most companies would choose. But we chose it because it is the best. And we wanted to have no sacrifice or no compromise in value to what we're giving people. And then, of course, the humafulvate. This is a special component that has its own individual backing. It took over 14 years to produce this hemofulvate, and it's clinically proven to help in so many different areas. But one of them is heavy metal chelation. It actually helps get rid of heavy metals, and especially heavy metals out of your brain. This is humic and fulvic acid. That's one of the most powerful free radical scavengers and antioxidants on the planet. Helps to balance and energize all cell life. And as I mentioned before, it's clinically proven. Now, one area I want to cover before we end the webinar is nitric oxide boost and what happens with that. Now, the nitric oxide boost that comes from some of the Mastermind ingredients and some of the ingredients in Genesis. Again, all of them have the Mastermind Matrix. By boosting that nitric oxide, it's helping improve blood flow, and it's helping you to speed a lot of these nutrients across the blood-brain barrier and bring those valuable nutrients to where it needs to be in your brain. But nitric oxide itself is really every morning. It's a part of your life, for instance, it helps to boot your brain in the morning, and what we're doing is by giving you this extra supplementation, a natural way to boost that nitric oxide is we're giving you an edge. See, normally nitric oxide itself, as we yawn and open our eyes in the morning, for instance, right, the brain stem will send little puffs of nitric oxide to another part of the brain, the thalamus, which then directs it elsewhere. So it's sort of like a computer booting up its operating system before running more complicated programs. So nitric oxide triggers certain functions that set the stage for more complex brain operations. And this is according to a new study that's out that talks about, it was on Fox News in particular. And now in these first moments of the day, sensory information will flood your system. That bright sunlight that comes through the curtains, timing on the screeching alarm clock, the time that's there, and all of it needs to be processed and organized so the brain can understand its surroundings and begin to perform more complex tasks. So the thinking part of the brain is applying a sort of stencil to the information coming in, and what the nitric oxide is doing is allowing more refinement of that. So you can read it better, you can use it better. This little 2-atom molecule, they call it the miracle molecule, it seems is partly responsible for our ability to perceive whatever it is we're sensing. Right, and this finding was published in a journal called the Neuroscience Journal, and it changes the way scientists understand nitric oxide's role in the brain, and it has them even rethinking the function of the thalamus, which is actually where the chemical is released. Now, one thing that you got to recognize is that nitric oxide, it helps in different areas, like for instance, like high blood pressure, high cholesterol, obesity, and diabetes. These are all trademarks of people, like that have hallmark what's called metabolic syndrome, and they're also associated to Alzheimer's, and one thing that some studies have shown, and Dr. Nibber in particular talks about, is that it's by having optimal NO levels. Right, you can actually, it may be a beneficial strategy for the prevention of Alzheimer's, and it helps, with so many different areas. But like in particular, even just balancing your blood pressure, for instance, this is something a lot of people don't recognize this, and don't realize this. But nitric oxide is utilized, nitric oxide stimulators and supplementation is utilized by bodybuilders to help them get better pumps in the gym, to have blood flow, to go to their muscles, to help them recover. And that's another benefit of this nitric oxide. And then, of course, there's the famous use of it by Viagra and different, and Cialis for help with, obviously with men's sexual prowess, and by bringing blood to certain areas that are necessary for a healthy sexual life. And so, again, they even call this nitric oxide, because of the way it affects the brain and helps the brain. They call it Viagra for the brain. So a lot of people, you got to really look at this and understand this little neurotransmitter, and the caliber it is, and the benefits it provides the body. So even though it's one of the simplest compounds in Nitric, it's been overlooked as an important factor to our body's chemistry. And due to the recent studies, the role in the nitric oxide is been known to help us in our immune system, to help fight disease. It's been established, and it'll help in so many different areas. But basically, it's a messenger molecule, and it helps bring vital nutrients to different areas. And so one of the things I want to also touch on is the fact that nitric oxide not only helps in cardiovascular health, like I mentioned, it's a vasodilator, is a great vasodilator and help, managing that blood pressure and help, it's important as well in affecting pumping action of the heart. And as well, it helps with learning and memory. It acts as a neurotransmitter in the brain, important in learning and memory tasks, right? And it's actually synthesized on demand in the brain, and so to be used in cognitive tasks and such, right? And the phenomenon is likely that nitric oxide acts to support neural function by increasing blood flow to brain tissues, enhancing cellular health and facilitating optimal function of neural tissues. It also helps with, important things of, regulation of bone formation and breakdown, and as well, it helps with the reduced joint pain. So there's numerous benefits to nitric oxide. So what I'd like to do right now is I'd like to open up if for any questions that you might have on the products right now. We'll take some questions for a few minutes, but other than that, we're bringing the webinar to an end tonight, and we're looking forward to our next webinar to have Dr. Raj Jeet on it. We're trying to open up his schedule. He's super busy. He's on our advisory board, and he's going to be on the next call to help us answer some of the questions that and some of the and have his perspective on our product line and what it does, especially his view of the astaxanthin. I can barely pronounce it. Yeah, but and L-theanine and and Bacoba and the different products that we're using. He's going to have his own feedback on that and his own opinion of what it is. And he loves our products, and that's he was a major contributor to them as well. So let me go to the questions now. And if you have any question, you can put up your hand if you want to ask a live question. But let me go to the first question from Rainer Anderson. For Mastermind, is the breakdown of individual ingredients by mg available? Some of my affiliates are worried about not having optimal doses. So if you go to the website, you're going to notice, and let me bring up the website for you right now on the screen, and I'll show you where it is. So I'm going to go to our site. Now, obviously, we can't give you the exact breakdown of everything within our product line, because then you'd have our exact formula, which is a proprietary blend, and we definitely want to protect that. But if you go to our site, you'll notice that on the Mastermind product, so under products, and then you click on Mastermind, you scroll down, you'll see our ingredient profile right there. And if you click on it, it'll make it bigger. And so this is a breakdown. So you can see all the nitric oxide boosts that we have, like the arginine pyroglutamate and the beetroot extract and citrulline and agmatine sulfate. There's 2,000 milligrams of that. Then there's 450 milligrams of these ingredients. And the ashwagandha root, 550 milligrams of that, and the bacoba 30.1 extract, and the L-theanine. As you can see, they're broken down there fairly well, and we do definitely have effective doses, and you can tell. But look at the size of the cat. We had no choice but to make that tablet as big as it is, or else you'd be. The other choice would be we couldn't fit it all into capsules. You'd have to have 12 capsules a day, to fit that in. So we definitely you can show your your clients and your affiliates that. This chart right here, this label ingredient, and that should answer their question. As well, does one serving of Genesis equal one full scoop to the top? Yes, it does. That's correct. And also, by the way, sorry, one thing that's missing from this label here, that's there's a typo, is the ashwagandha KSM 66. So on this web label, it's missing, but if you actually go and look at the bottle itself, you'll see it on the bottle, and it's in our ingredients. So for sure. So any other questions at all right now? Let's see here. This is a great question. One of them is about utilizing the Genesis, as a meal replacement. Now, obviously, the Genesis is not a meal replacement, but it's helping you in filling the gap in some of the micronutrients that your body needs. It provides you with 74 different ingredients, and the huma and fulvic and the fulvic acid provides an amazing trace mineral blend that, yes, can help you enormously. But of course, nothing beats the fact that you should combine it with a healthy eating, very structured eating plan. That's what I recommend: is good foods, one ingredient type foods, whole foods, along with, and eat a proper diet along with our Genesis and Mastermind, and you're gonna definitely be healthier. Courtney Blair has a question. She's got her hands up. I'll see if I can actually unmute her and answer her question, hopefully here. Hi, Courtney. This is Genio. How may I help you? Hello? I'm not sure if my speaker is on here, so let me.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. I can hear you.
Hi there.
Hi. How
Okay,
are you?
I'm good, thank you. I had a quick question about the ingredient profile that you pulled up. So the Adaptogen and the Agile Brain
Yeah.
and the other one, those are your trademark names for that category of ingredients. Will we spend any time kind of diving into each of those categories like we sort of did with the Matrix today?
Absolutely, yeah. That's what's going to happen as we go along. Every webinar is going to feature one particular aspect. So I went through a little bit on nitric oxide. In the future, we're
Mm-hmm.
going to get some medical professionals and to particularly look at some of these ingredients. For instance, this astaxanthin down here in at the bottom here. That's something that Dr. Raj Jita is going to talk about, and I'll announce it on the email. But we're definitely going to get breakdowns on different parts of the mastermind, just so you can understand where we came from when we picked these ingredients. Every one of these ingredients are there for a reason and a purpose. So yes, definitely, we will be going into more detail on different things. And there's going to be videos as well, product webinars as we go. As all of you know right now, we're just in pre-launch stage right now. So there's certain things that are being built that'll help, and you'll have a whole library of product information that you're going to be able to utilize in the future, as marketing tools for affiliates and for your own knowledge. I think it's important that you know what went into this. Obviously, you don't have to understand it all, because it's hard to be a scientist and understand something, but it's important to know what you're putting into your body. So I agree with your question, and yes, you will definitely have that. I hope that helps.
That was perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for the question. And see if there's anybody. Oh, there's another question from. Yes, that's a great question, Mr. John Cantiveros. Yes, we will be providing agendas for these product info meetings. So in the future, you're going to be able to, and this is when we actually open our offices officially in April. We've brought on certain people that, in different roles for our company, and one of them is going to be focusing solely on communication, for the webinars, and setting up in the far into the future, schedules. And we'll say, hey, we're working on this, or we're going to have this special guest, or we're working on fisetin flavonoid this week, and we're going to emphasize some of the benefits. And it's going to be really benefit driven as well, not a lot of science behind it, a little bit of science just to validate what we have, but we're going to focus on what's in it for you, for that particular ingredient, because I think that's what's the most important, is what's in it for you. So great question, John. And I'm just going to look and see if there's any other questions. If not, we'll bring this to an end. But let me see here. There we go. Okay. I think that's it for now. So thank you so much for taking a part of this webinar and actually taking an interest in the Allysian product line. It's near and dear to my heart, and I really appreciate when people take time out of their day to increase their knowledge and to give us time. So thank you, and have a nice day. And please make sure that you attend the webinar next week. There's one on Tuesday and one on Wednesday. Check your email for information on those webinars. So have a nice evening, and we'll talk soon.